Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. As you can see, I have got a very special guest, the beautiful Shaniel Mckenzie. So Shaniel Mckenzie is also a YouTuber. I'm sure that some of you guys have already seen her channel. If not, I will leave all information regarding Shaniel's channel, Instagram, social media in general, all in the description box below. Please make sure you follow her. Like, she's so amazing. Her content is genuinely, I was saying this to her earlier, her content is so clean, and I don't know how to describe it, but it's just so like good quality. Her editing skills 100. So no, seriously, I'm genuinely saying this because I was telling her before, so I'm not just saying this for the camera. But make sure you check her out, make sure you follow her. But essentially, I brought Shaniel today because I am starting a brand new segment. As you can see, brand new segment, Wake Up Wednesdays. So just to give you a bit of information about Wake Up Wednesdays, the reason why I wanted to start this was because I'm sure that many of you know, and if you're new to this channel, by the way, hello. So you might not know, but I'm all about motivation. I'm all about giving people that little kick, whatever I can do to, you know, help you out of maybe a bad spot, a dark place, whatever it is, I'm about that. So I thought, okay, Wake Up Wednesdays would be a good way to do short videos for the middle of the week and kind of at the beginning of your day to watch, and just to give you that little kind of like boost of motivation. And
sometimes you need them.
Yeah, sometimes you exactly. Sometimes you just need that little that fire, and that could be, you know, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, anything basically, in every aspect and every area of life. So we're going to touch on loads of different things, but as long as they can give you that little bit of motivation, that's exactly what we're here for. And I will be having a few guests. So our first guest, Shaniel Mckenzie, for our first Wake Up Wednesday. So yeah, make sure you guys keep tuned with Wake Up Wednesdays, and if you haven't subscribed already, please make sure you hit that subscribe button, okay? Because we've got loads of new content coming out on this channel. So today we are talking about comparison. Now, I definitely think that is something really important to talk about, because we live in such a everyone compares everyone generation, you know, with social media, with things like I think Instagram is the number one culprit.
Did you see that article where it was just like Instagram is like the most depressing
app? Really?
Yeah. Like, I don't know, I can't remember the name of it, but it was just like Instagram depresses people basically.
Do you know what, I'm not even surprised by that, because it's so true, and you hear it all the time about people flicking through their Instagram, especially their explore page, seeing people with certain bodies, seeing people, you know, doing certain things in life with certain things.
I'm literally so guilty of comparison.
Yeah, I was actually going to ask you that. Yeah, like, have you ever been in that place where you've been comparing yourself?
Sometimes I compare, like before, even today, I was comparing myself, like, oh my gosh, my makeup skills are not that good. I'm a YouTuber, there's so many other YouTubers that have bomb makeup, and I can't even do none of that.
Her makeup is so lovely, right? It's not every day we need to do full beat, like everything going at it. Sometimes I don't know, I'm looking at the thing now, and I feel like even you look more like natural and glowy and nice. It's not every day. Sometimes let's just, you know, it's alright.
But honestly, like sometimes I feel like that in terms of, and because I do YouTube as well, like I'll compare myself, oh, I'm not that great, that's why so many people, like lots of people aren't following me or subscribing to me, and I work so hard with it, I invest in it, and it's a lot of things, and oh, I don't have that type of body that I want to do certain type of videos on my Instagram, and it's just, so I'm guilty of it, like I'm very guilty of it, but sometimes you just have to kick yourself and say, get out of it. Just get out of it. And one way that I get out of my comparison zone is when I just focus on one of my goals. You know what, I need to do this. How am I going to do it? Let me just stay in my lane. And sometimes you're in your lane running towards your goal, and then you just see some people coming behind you, but you need to remember that you're not racing anybody else.
It's your race.
You can only strive to be better than how you were yesterday. Like, you cannot be...
Can you hear that? My girl dropping some gems up in here already, yes.
You can't expect to be, like... Because lots of people have body goals. You can't really expect to have body goals. You don't know how many times they work out in the gym. You don't know.
Or you don't know who their plastic surgeon is. You don't know if they're best friends with Dr. Miami, as in cold D's with Dr. Miami, and they're saying to you, yeah, go to the gym 5 days a week or 3 days a week or whatever it is, and you'll get this body. These times they went, they had surgery, then they came back and then said, oh, this tea will do this for you, and this workout and blah blah blah. So
you have to, like, if you can, some of the times you won't even be able to see the difference between someone who has had plastic surgery and someone who's naturally works to get it, because there's a lot of things some people are on steroids and stuff, you know.
It's true. And they take things for it, and they claim that it's all natural, but it's really not.
You need to just focus, stay in your lane, and it's the hardest thing to do. Sometimes it's the hardest thing to do.
But I think, yeah, it's definitely the hardest thing. And I think 2 things that you said there were so important. One, the idea that you're running your own race. Someone that I was speaking to recently actually said the same thing. The fact that people like Usain Bolt, he doesn't look around when he's sprinting. When he is running, he runs. He only looks around when he's next to that finishing line, and when he already knows anyway within himself that he's winning. There's even been how far behind these people are. There's even moments where people have taken pictures and like slow-mos of when he's looking around, and that's only because he's looking like, you guys are too slow for me. But he doesn't ever look at other people.
He doesn't actually go,
yeah, like, oh my god, I need to figure out, like, is that person behind me, is that person there? No, he runs his own race and he stays in his lane because he's focusing on his goals, the training that he's done, the hard work that he's put behind what he's gonna do.
You can actually get a lot from these races because once you go in someone else's lane, you get disqualified. You get disqualified. So in life,
because it's not your lane. Stay in your lane. And I think 2 YouTubers actually were saying that recently. There are a couple, Team Swadrel. I don't know if you've ever watched them before.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, Team Swadrel. Hi, shout out to Team Swadrel if you're watching at the moment. Congratulations on your baby to come. I'm super excited. I'm just waiting to see that baby, like, honestly. But God bless you guys. I love them too. Such an amazing couple. But anyway, they were talking about a similar kind of thing, but I feel like they were talking about something a bit different. But basically, I remember Swaz was like, I even called her Swaz, like she's my friend, I'm so sorry. But yeah, she was basically like, oh, what did she say? She just said, stay in your lane. Like, sometimes you really have to learn how to just focus on yourself and focus on what you're doing. And the second thing that I also wanted to say as well is the fact that the fact that we've been talking about some people do steroids and then they'll be like, yeah, go to the gym and do this. Guys, that is a reminder that what you see on social media is constructed. It is not a reflection of reality. Yes, you do get the people here and there who will be like, no makeup, and they do it intentionally. They go out of their way to make sure that people understand.
When they're not wearing makeup, do you know how many facials they
probably have done, or they probably have enough money to go out and get all these skin pills and all this stuff. But yeah, that's not to knock the people that do it for these reasons, because I know, like, I follow people like Gracie Francesca, who I absolutely love as well. Gracie, who goes out of her way to ensure that she shows every aspect of herself, because she knows she's conscious of the fact that we live in a generation whereby everyone thinks that everything is so perfect.
The thing is, people post on Instagram, on social media in general, people post highlights of their life.
Yeah, they're literally, it's like a highlight reel.
Like, when you see wedding videos, listen, do you know the stress? And I've done wedding videos for people, and I've helped people at weddings. And if you see how the bride, everyone is stressing before and all of this stuff, you don't know what stress this person was having before they posted. Before
they took that lovely picture with their husband, and like,
you don't know. You don't know.
You don't know at all. And so I think that's kind of like the main thing that I would, really want you to take away from this video. Just the fact that what you see online or what you see on social media of other people is not an exact replica or not an exact depiction of what they're actually going through. You don't know. Yes, that person might be successful, maybe, whether it be, especially like you mentioned, YouTube. And I know even with myself, and the reason why I wanted to make this video as well was because recently, like, has been the time where I've been like, damn, like, I was scrolling through Instagram and I've just been like, oh my days, like, Nissy, you need to get it together, you're really slacking. Or I felt like I've been slacking a lot. And then that's when I started to compare myself, because I was explaining to Shaniel before how I've never been that person. I've always been, listen, I do my own thing, I focus on my own lane. But then as of late, I felt like, oh my gosh, I'm slacking. And so sometimes I think when you're slacking, then you start to compare and you're like, oh my days, this person's doing this and I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that. Because if you were so focused on your own, you wouldn't even be looking at anyone else. So.
Literally, like, something like that happened to me last week, a couple of days ago. Because I'm doing so many things and I'm doing a lot of behind the scenes work, like helping other people, doing social media stuff, writing blog posts for people and all of that stuff behind the scenes, and I'm not really doing a lot for it doesn't look like I'm doing a lot for myself, and I'm just like, you know you're slacking. You know you're slacking. And then you look at people who, I'm 21, and then you look at 18, 19-year-old
doing amazing
YouTube, Instagram stuff, and they're just like, they're killing the game, and you're just like, what am I doing with my life? Like, I need to just get it together.
The only thing though that I do want to make clear, and I do want to point out as well, is that sometimes comparison, depending on what kind of comparison it is, can sometimes be good, because I use that as a motivating factor. So some people, there's two different ways of comparing. Some people compare and they're like, oh my gosh, my life is so crap, or they get jealous, or they feel envy,
and then they become a hater.
They become a hater, or there's that kind of comparison. And I think that's a
meme pages,
exactly, and start
trolls.
doing the most and trolling or whatever. I think that that's such a negative aspect of comparison. But sometimes comparison in the sense that you are looking at other people and saying, do you know what, this person is doing amazing, and you commend them and you feel happy for them, but you're like, do you know what, I need to pick up the pace. I think sometimes that mode of comparison is not necessarily negative, because sometimes you need that. Sometimes you need that kick up the bum to be like, that person is doing it, I can also do it. Like, so I need to get it together.
When I'm seeing like lots of people that I follow on Instagram and stuff like that, and they're doing it, you kind of have to tell yourself, listen, Shaniel, you can be doing this too.
Yeah, you
can be doing this too. And just remember, I don't know if you've seen the quote, but it basically says Beyonce has the same 24 hours as you do.
I've seen that.
Yes. So I'm sure you guys have probably seen it too. But everyone has the same 24 hours. Like, you need
to utilize it. It's how you use that time. But yeah, just in general, because obviously I'm trying to keep these videos as short as possible, short and sweet, just as kind of like an overview of what we're trying to say today. Is it really is summed up in the quote, comparison is the thief of joy. Comparison and going online or going and looking at other people's lives and comparing yourself and judging yourself based on other people's standards and how other people are living will only make you miserable. So what I'd basically say is try and bring yourself out of that. I know it's easier said than done, because again, we live in such a fast-paced society.
Find something that motivates you. Find a goal, because I find that when I don't have a purpose or when I lose focus,
then you start focusing on other people.
I start focusing on other people. And it's like, wait, what am I doing? Wait, hold up, let me just come back. What am I doing? Okay, this is what I'm doing. And then you start working towards it. So if you don't have a goal, if you don't, have a focus, I suggest that you find a focus. Find something that you're passionate about, that makes you happy, and you know what, I'm going to do this regardless. So
I think that is so important, and that's some really, really good advice there. If you know that you're starting to compare yourself too much with other people, it might be because you are trying to fill a hole that is there, because you feel like you have no sense of purpose, or you feel like you're not working on anything. Find whatever it is, as Shaniel has said, find whatever it is that you need to focus on, and just focus on that. And then all of a sudden you'll see that you're doing your own thing anyway, so you don't even have the time to be focusing on anybody else.
When I'm super busy, when I've made myself busy, made myself like do certain things, I don't have time to do it. And like short little thing, right? When I was in my first year of uni, like one of the reasons why I started YouTube was because I was just like, I'm at uni, I don't really like my course, but I'm here, like what am I doing? And then you kind of like you kind of get into a kind of depressed mode, and I'm telling you, I prayed to God. I was like, God, I don't really want to feel like this anymore. I don't want to feel depressed, I don't want to feel sad, I don't want to feel lonely. Out of the blue, I got this miraculous passion to do
YouTube, create content,
and I became so busy, and it's just like, this is why you have to be careful what you pray for. Because I pray that, I don't want to feel like crap anymore. I don't want to feel depressed, I don't want to feel lonely, I don't want to feel pointless on this planet. And God, the way God just made me busy is like, whoa.
So she went from oh my gosh, I have nothing to do, to trust me, ask this girl, her schedule is mad as well. Believe me, it's crazy. So
crazy.
But all in all, I really do hope that this helped somebody. I hope that this encouraged you and motivated you to know that you don't need to compare yourself. Please remember that you are enough, you are amazing, you are phenomenal, you are incredible. So don't feel that you need to compare yourself to anybody else. You are such a unique being, okay? You have literally been uniquely, wonderfully, fearfully made. Just remember that within yourself, and honestly try and bring yourself out of that place of comparison. And if that doesn't work, make yourself busy. But yeah, thank you so much to Shaniel for coming on. Like I said, please subscribe to her channel, okay? I'm going to leave the link to her YouTube channel in the description box below. Please subscribe to her, okay? Show some love and support to your beautiful girl. But yeah, thank you so much for coming on. Thank you. And I'll see you guys again real soon. Stay beautiful.
Bye.
Bye.